seen how they treated my Dale Grubb in the last election. It was devastating. And it was a hard decision to come into this. You say you always make these decisions last minute, and it's really tough. And Dale kicked me in the rear and made me do this. But and you know, we can stand up here and talk about all the issues, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to bring up many things, and they're going to be common throughout the night. You know, the things that we need to really work on as a state. Let's just be honest. Education to me is one of the main issues that has been just devastated. Our rural communities are centered around schools. Even urban communities are centered around the school system. If we can't maintain a good school system, we don't have jobs. We don't have a good, vibrant community. So that's really where some of the places that I want to focus. Job creation and job maintenance. I mean, we need to keep the job we have, first of all. And then we need to create new jobs. And I believe strongly that we can do that through adoption and maintaining the resources that we have, adoption of technology. You know what? I'm a firm believer in if somebody tells you something can't be done, you go out and find a way to do it. When we moved to Warren County, we didn't have high-speed internet. AT&T said that doesn't exist. The wireless system that was out there was down 3 days a week, and my wife works from home. So what do you do? Well, we're the kind of people that we did this in our previous place where we lived too. We said, we'll just build our own system. We did. We went and got in line with another company, got together with neighbors, and we put up our own internet, our own broadband system. Now we have high-speed broadband, and it's available to all our neighbors. So there are solutions that are out there if we just are willing to work for them and to ask the right questions and find out how to make them happen. It's time for some good common sense, urban family values in Indianapolis, and that's what I stand for, and that's what I want to take to Indianapolis. And I would appreciate your support, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And I was only supposed to talk 5 minutes. I used to teach too, Sheila, believe it or not.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, you're pretty
With the high price of gas, especially living in the rural community, that extra high price LP, I'm very interested in what your idea is, since this is a rural area, of developing methane as an alternative fuel, especially home heating.
Methane from what source?
From hog manure, cow manure.
I was hoping that's where you were going, but I wanted to ask to make sure.
Yeah, nobody wants those ponds around, but if you cap them, pipe off the methane, you get a really cheap source.
You know, the really unique thing about capturing methane from animal waste is that you're actually working on two issues at the same time. You're addressing an energy issue and you're addressing environmental issues. So I don't understand why we don't do more of it.
Neither do I.
I've had the opportunity to visit parts of Europe about 15 years ago. Every dairy farm had their own electrical generation system.
wow.
But now that's another issue that has to be addressed here, and that is net metering laws and how you get paid for that electricity when it goes back on the grid. That's a challenge, and Sheila probably knows more about that than I do, and I don't want to put her on the spot, but basically I think the utility companies can pay you whatever they want to. They don't have to pay you a set price. So it may not make it economically feasible until we do something with that pricing structure.
But I'm looking at it too as an alternative to LP gas, because this last winter was mild, it wasn't bad. The winter before was really bad, and we spent over $2,000 during the winter for LP gas. So it's not only when the price goes up at the pump, the price goes up on the LP gas, heating fuel, and I don't see why you can't bottle it and sell it the same as LP. All you gotta do is change a little setting on the furnace, it'll run just fine on methane.
So, you know, there are a lot of unique solutions out there for this whole industry of energy that we need to further develop, especially renewable resources. You know, I don't know that we need to get into the coal drill debate, but yes,
Who is your opponent?
there is a primary on the other side,
That's a good question. On the other side.
and it is between Dane Young and Sharon Nagel. And Sharon is probably the choice for the party choice.
Where are they from?
They're both from Attica. One's the city clerk, and the other one is the attorney in the city.
What does Dan do?
He's an attorney.
Attorney?